I have made a lot of mistakes in my life, and now that I'm in my mid 20s, I thought I would share with you some mistakes that people make in their 20s that are just simply not good. And I want you guys to avoid these at all costs. So, the 5 mistakes that people make in their 20s, starting with number 1, is just waiting too long to start. This could be the gym. If you can start now in your 20s, getting on a consistent gym routine, your body is going to be looking so good come your 30s. Another thing is maybe you start a side hustle, or maybe you want to learn a certain skill. So just waiting too long to start all of those. Another one that just came to mind is investing. The earlier you start investing, if you can start investing in your early 20s, the more it will compound into your 30s, 40s, 50s. So start early, start getting on a consistent routine, start investing early, start building skills early, and then you will thank yourself later. Number 2 is just never putting themselves in uncomfortable situations. Whether that's taking some class that you never wanted to take, you're too scared to take. Maybe it's public speaking. Maybe it's doing things as simple as running. I know a lot of people that hate running, and it's not because it's the worst and most boring thing ever, because you can put your earphones into your favorite music. It's because it's hard. But if you can get past that mental battle, that is where growth lies. So put yourself in uncomfortable situations early, and again, you will thank yourself later. Number 3, spending hours, and I mean hours, consuming instead of creating or building. A lot of what happens now is everyone is just on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Netflix. There are so many distractions that you have in your life. I mean, there's literally like 8th graders or freaking 6-year-olds that have iPads now, which is just absurd to me and probably many of you now that you're thinking about it. So instead of going on those apps, focus that time elsewhere. Focus that time on building something. Maybe you want to start a podcast. Maybe you want to learn a certain skill. Maybe you want to travel somewhere. Whatever it is, you can spend that time researching on those things, on those topics you're interested in doing, rather than just doom scrolling on all of these apps and just hoping that one day something's just going to fall into your lap and you're going to be successful. That is just not how it works for the majority of people, sadly. So you need to start focusing on where you are putting your attention to. Number 4, spending money trying to impress people. Now, if you're in your high 20s, you might have some money that you can go and afford a Rolex and all those fun things. But if you're in your early 20s, you really don't have enough money. Unless you're from a super wealthy family, you most likely don't have so much money that it's worth it to go spend money on these amazing luxury cars and these stylish, expensive watches. You just don't need to do that because that's just a waste. Like, when you get into the mindset that nobody really cares, it changes things a lot for you. Because in reality, nobody really cares what you're doing. I have this podcast, and I remember I was so scared to start. And now that I've been doing it for a little over a year now, maybe like a year and a month, it's like clockwork to me. And I'm like, oh, if someone wants to judge me off of it, cool. Great, life moves on. So you start to realize once you become more mature people don't care about all those expensive things about, oh, who has the best Instagram post, who has the nicest watch, who has the nicest car. That's great for a certain boost of energy, a boost of confidence, but it's not going to give you satisfaction forever. So fall in love with yourself, with things that make you happy, and then the rest will take care of itself. Number 5, lastly, is just never spending time alone. And what I mean by this is a lot of people in their 20s, I'm sure you've heard the term, you are who you surround yourself with. And people get so caught up in spending time with others all the time and on their phone all the time that they never really take a check in, what the hell do they like? What do they dislike? What kind of people really just speak to them? Who are they inspired by? And when you take a mental check of those things, that is where you should go. That is where the growth lies. That is where you should go and attack those things. Because for me, I always felt like I needed something in my life outside of work that fulfilled me. And that is where this podcast came about. I'm not going to sit here and say I am the most intelligent, best podcaster in the world. But this gives me energy. It gives me energy to be able to share with you guys things that I know, perspectives that I know that whether you disagree or agree with, at least I'm giving you a different perspective and not just sitting there on TikTok. That's how I see it. That's how I hope you see it, is just once you figure out during your alone time what you actually care about, that is when you can start building your life how you want it. So with that, the 5 mistakes people make in their 20s. Number 1, just waiting too long to start, whether that's a gym, side hustle, investing. Just start it right now. You're going to thank yourself later. Number 2, put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Again, so beneficial for your future. Number 3, spending hours consuming instead of creating. Number 4, spending money trying to impress people. Nobody really cares. I know that sounds harsh to say, but really nobody cares. Just do things that make you happy. Number 5, people just don't spend time alone enough. Figure out things that you like, you figure out things that you don't like, and then you learn how to build your life around that. So with that, thank you all for listening, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.